get her mail go right there, mister?
Yes, I did. I now have car insurance.
All right.
Actually, it was the 22nd that I had to have that in by. So.
Oh, well then you did all
yeah,
right.
I'm fine. I checked the date on my email.
Yeah, see, you know, I'm a little bit that way too. I'd like to be on top of that insurance business, because that'd be the time that we'd have a little bump or
That
something.
would be when I'd get pulled over. Never forget who you're messing with here. I won't get pulled over for 10 years, and if I don't have insurance for 1 second and I'm driving my car, they will choose that moment. Let's see, where's my string height gauge?
Yeah, I can be driving like a darn, you know, retarded at a policy convention, and then the second I have one sip of beer, I get pulled over. So I just don't drink at all anymore.
Oh no. Only an idiot would consume 1 drop of alcohol and drive a car.
Yep.
You would have to be one of the dumbest people on earth to do that.
Absolutely.
And you don't get away with it. You get away with it for a couple of times.
Yeah, you think you're getting away with it, and then
you gotta come here.
Yeah, you gotta come here and blow like a...
I'm missing...
What are you missing, buddy?
I'm missing my string height gauge. It's probably here someplace. Can you... Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Alright, that's the one.
I took it to look at that guitar, I think.
Okay. Let's see. So 5/64ths and 5/64ths. That's too high for this guitar.
It's a little bit.
I've gotten strings on it now. I am doing a live stream, just so you guys are aware.
Well, I'm leaving, so.
And it's appropriate to swear a lot, so that the whole world can hear how true working men speak to one another.
All right. Well, I really appreciate that. So shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. Let's see. Virgin Woe. Yeah. Thanks for dropping in, man. So I'm doing the final setup on this. I've gotten strings on it, and this thing is seems to be in pretty good shape right now. There's a couple of final setup things that I may need to do, and I may actually need to lower this nut. I don't know yet, but I'm going to probably play it without that, just to make sure that the frets don't pop up out of it. This is a Chinese-built JEM copy. I don't know. I believe it's an acrylic body. The guitar weighs about 27.384 pounds. So it's super heavy. But the young man who owns it's a very healthy, fit young man, works out. Great guitar player. So what I'm going to do is check the neck relief first in the order of operations of setting up an instrument. This is how I do it, and it is the right way to do it. It is not the wrong way. Holy smokes, this guitar is heavy. Alright, so we have a boatload of neck relief. So I'm going to tighten the truss rod with my special truss rod tightening tool. I'm exaggerating, my friend. So we're going to tighten this truss rod a bit. Yeah, and this is a dual action truss rod, kind of cool. I love these. I know some guys hate them, but I beg to differ with that opinion. And I'm having to turn it a long way because it was right on the edge of having no tension on it. So now we should be in the ballpark here. Oh, and that was way too far. So it's moving even without tension on the truss rod. So unfortunately, this one's going to end up in that gray area that foreign-made guitars often end in, or even dual action truss rod guitars end in, where there's almost no tension on the truss rod, but the neck relief is just fine, which I don't know. Yeah, and so now we're talking. I should be able to get away with about half of the neck relief that a normal Les Paul would have. So I should be able to get it down around 6 thousandths of an inch, and this thing is drop C tuned, by the way, so. And forgive me for my stream this morning being so interrupted and incomplete, but I am at work and I have to stay busy all day, and when folks come in, I've got to be able to help them. So forgive me if that was, if you felt I was being rude. Okay, so we've got good neck relief, at least at this point, and now we're talking. We're down around 4/64 at the 12th fret. This is a Gibson neck scale, and we're up at 4/64 on the treble strings, so I'm going to make an adjustment to the treble strings, and I need a 4/64 X key for this, and we're going to drop that down a little bit, and look at that, we can't. Bottomed out. So decisions. The appropriate thing to do at this point is to this side of the Floyd Rose. Let me get you down here. This side of the Floyd Rose is bottomed out. I can't move that I can't lower this side of the bridge, and that's really a bummer. I'm gonna give it one more try here just to see if I can get a turn. Nope, I ain't moving that. So the proper thing to do at this point is to put a shim in the neck. And that's what we're going to do. That'll allow me to raise this up and get the string action proper. And we're going to go with a very, very, very shallow neck shim. And I'm going to go with a 0.25 degree neck shim. And remember, it's very important to never use power tools on a guitar, only on basses, right? All right, Dave, hello. Hello, Virginia. Again, Fox and a Wolf. Right, there you go. Honey Badger. You bring up the Badger. I was a plumber. The Badger 5 is one of the greatest garbage disposals ever built. Alright, so I'm going to have to, I can see that in this neck pocket, I'm going to have to cut this shim down a little bit to get it to fit properly, so we'll take care of that, and I'll probably have to drill a hole in it. So let's get busy. So all the little things that we got to do in guitars to make them right, sometimes we create more work for ourselves, and that's why we make the big bucks, is what I like to say. Dude, you didn't even take this. You didn't even loosen up the strings or remove the neck. Sue me. That's what I like to say. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Another okay, so this is kind of a bummer. There's wires. I forgot about that, so we're gonna have to check that. This will give me the opportunity to maybe solidify these wires. I can see that where I put the I can see that where I placed the covering on that wire was a really good place to put it. Okay, so here we go. Let me get my, I forgot, we got wires to worry about. Okay, so we're gonna get our handy dandy scissors out. I'm sorry, I'm not, my camera guy's drinking on the job. Did Joel say he was gonna come in about that speaker today?
So, yeah.
Did he? Okay.
I don't
He'll
know
probably-
about today, but he's going to.
Okay.
Eventually.
So I'm gonna cut this shim inside the angle of the neck here, and I need to, where'd my pencil go? There it is. Need to remove a little bit right here, so we'll cut a little bit out of this shim right here. Hopefully you can see what I'm up to here. The camera guy might still be a little bit, ooh. Let's go ahead and gosh, I don't have anything. Oh yeah, I do. I'll use these little guys. Very sharp. There we go. It don't have to be perfect. So let's see.
Hello.
Let's find so from this edge to the center of that hole, 25 and a half millimeters. So we'll go 25 and a half millimeters and get this 25 and a half millimeters. So there's our straight line. This doesn't have to be perfect. And then from this side over to the middle, we're about, of course, 11 millimeters. Like anything would be done really super accurately on this guitar. I don't know. Alright, so there's our hole, and I'm going to go ahead and drill a hole through this. Alright. We'll go with a nice healthy drill bit here. Got a brand new set of drill bits that I just bought that I absolutely love. Very sharp. Walking all over. Almost. There it is. There's my hole. And boom. Our neck shim now is in the right place. Now I gotta make sure what is holding up this guitar neck. That was it. Okay. Now I gotta make sure these wires go through the proper slots here. So that one's good. And let me get my handy dandy little tool here, and we're gonna push that one. There we go. There we go. Looking good. There we go. And we're looking good. All right. Screw it, right? Here we go. Da, 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 da. I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. Alright. I'm afraid I can't help it. I'm afraid of Americans. Who's afraid of Americans? I know David Bowie is. Interesting. That's kind of cool. We're gonna set this. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're really talking. I can see the angle of the neck has obviously changed. Well, yeah, I can feel that just made things better. I'm gonna get my fancy dancy screwdriver that I just love, and we'll drive these screws down in here. This is not an Arnold Schwarzenegger moment, but I want to get them tight, hand tight, and so now our neck action should be a whole lot more lower. Now let's see what's happened here. Oh, my whammy bar just shifted, so we're gonna have to loosen the string tension on all these strings, and we'll have to go through tuning the guitar all the way back up again. We'll lower this, loosen this string tension so that it's nice and loose. I love having to do this 8 times on a Floyd Rose style guitar. It's just super fun. This is so much fun. But this is what makes a guitar have the ability to hand it to a guy like Steve Vai and it worked properly. And see what had happened right there? The came off of the, what do you call it? The action raising device. Not a big fan of these machine heads, gotta be honest. They're pretty crappy. Alright, yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, now we're getting there. Now we're getting there. I gotta remember that I'm C. Takes a while to get this tuned up, and we gotta keep doing it. Pretty close. Sounds all right. So now our string action's way too low, but now I can adjust it. All I've done is tilted the neck back 0.25 degrees, right? And I have pre-made shims so that my work is accurate every time I do it. So we've done a fret level on this and discovered that, unfortunately, we had to put a shim in the neck to make the thing work correctly. So now we're going to raise the string action to 3/64 over here. So I'm going to bring this up, I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that thing was as low as it would go. We'll have to retune the guitar because all the strings are, tension is changing. Yeah, let's see. Oh, we're close. And I want to go to 4/64 on the bass strings. So what does this mean? It means all the pickup heights are going to have to change, right? Make those correct. And I'm going for like super low string action, so we'll see how low we can go. Just reefing on this thing. There we go. Woo! Almost fell out of my chair. I gotta quit drinking so much at lunchtime. I love joking about that. It's so funny. Alright. Oh yeah, that's 4/64. Look at that. That is beautiful. Now we're looking, this thing is really looking sweet. I'm gonna raise this just a tiny little red one. There we go. Alright, let's tune her up. And I just realized I was doing something here. When I was tuning it up, I was kind of leaving my hand rest on the strings. With the Floyd Rose, do not do that. Because when you're pushing down on these, like I've got my fingers resting on, the pitch isn't correct. That makes sense? Am I making total sense to everybody?
It is hot outside.
It is hot right now. What is the temperature right now, Joey?
101.
It's 101 degrees here today. But you know what, the best part of that is that right now in Australia it's like 40 degrees.
Because it's wintertime there.
Yep. So all you a-holes in Australia, yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're even. Of course, it's only like this for a month here, whereas in Australia it's like this for 8 months-ish.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stretch these strings a little bit. A lot. These are, let's see. The strings that I used on these are the Ernie Ball Paradigm. They're Paradigm, and they're a lot stronger for longer. Paradigm string, longer, break resistant. Says right on the package.
Oh wow.
They're break resistant. You buy that for whatever.
Aren't all strings break resistant? Isn't everything break resistant?
They're only break resistant if you never, ever, ever, ever play your guitar. Am I wrong? All right.
What does break resistant even mean?
I don't know.
I feel like everything's resistant to being broken.
They have built-in breakage, is what it is. They build these strings so that they do break on purpose. Just like Macintosh computers.
Yeah.
We're getting all political and shit on you here. I hope everybody's having a really great, what day is it, Tuesday?
Yep.
Yeah. We are having one hell of a hot day, and man, we've had a lot of customers coming in today. How was it when I was at launch, Joey? Was it pretty mild? Or?
I don't think anybody come.
Okay, yeah, see, nobody comes in unless I'm here. That's the deal.
Or they all come in when you're not here.
Yeah, or they show up when I'm not here.
There's no in between.
Sucks to be so popular, right? I had a busy morning.
Before it got hot.
Yeah, now that it's hot outside, I think people are like done going out. Here in Oregon, it takes about 4 months to get used to it being hot. And then by then, you're back in your long johns.
Yep.
You know, and the best part of all of that is that we live in probably the most beautifully scenic geographical area in the entire planet. You might go to the Galapagos and see cooler shit, but beyond that, none of us travel or go anywhere, right? Why would we? Never break Diodarios. Good for you, man. Typically, yeah. String's water resistant to 20 feet, right? 26 Celsius in the summer. Well, damn, that's 26 Celsius.
I think that's 114.
Good Lord, where the hell do you live? You should move.
78. 78 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, 78. Well, that's not bad. Lucky you. We don't have anywhere in our state where it's even remotely warm between December and April, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we have gotten the string action proper. I'm going to double check my neck relief to see if taking the neck off of this guitar messed that up, which it probably did. Just never forget who you're messing with here. If it can go wrong, and I'm working on it, it will, but I know a guy who can fix it.
You really do have the worst luck when it comes to working on stuff, don't you?
But then I get really lucky when it really counts. Alright, so I'm digging that neck relief. I'm saying I'm using an 11 thousandths gauge instead of a 12 thousandths because it kind of helps me gauge halfway. And I'm seeing 7 thousandths of an inch of neck relief on this guitar. It's an Ibanez. It's made to play fast. It's made for low string action. And I just realized that I may have adjusted the string action with the capo on the guitar. So, no, I didn't.
He likes it a little higher, doesn't he?
He wants it low. We're going to go low first. We can always raise it.
Yeah.
I am going to make a small adjustment here.
Because I talked to him, and it was at 5/64 across the board, I think. And he was like, yeah, I like it like that.
I'll let him try it like this, and we can raise it up to that.
I'm sure he'll like it.
Yeah. Vi has his action set pretty low, although they're not real clear on his specs. And I think they keep that a secret. And it's really no secret. It's just probably every guitar that he owns is set up just slightly different.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It really depends more on the guitar than it does the player.
That's true. And he has the weird frets and he's got the scallop stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, that's one thing about this JEM is that it doesn't have scallop frets up here, obviously, right guys? So, we're all tuned, we're in tune, or at least we're close. I'll have to retune it because I just adjusted the string height. Again, I'm going to go ahead and get these kind of started. We're about ready to play a chord on this guitar. Finally! Finally! This thing, man, if you buy one of these guitars, prepare to pay somebody to fix it for you. Because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing on this thing, I do not recommend if you haven't worked on a guitar much, do this sort of stuff. This guitar has had a complete fret gluing, fret level, fret crowns. It's been a real pain in the neck.
But
no pun intended, right? I'll get it in tune, I promise. I've done this before a couple times. We'll get her tuned up. Our presence was just graced by one of the most fantastic luthiers who's ever walked on our green earth. Okay, so I'm not about to plug this thing in yet, but I want to try and play it a little bit. So let's check the angle of the dangle here. See if my camera guy can hang with my speedy fingers. Here we go. About to hear it play its first chord ever, really. Nah, but yeah. Sounds like Stu tuned it.
tuning.
What do you think, Stu? Is that
Yeah, so like stooning.
Stu tuning?
Yeah.
Stooning?
Stooning. Yeah. That was Joey's invention.
See, like, this guy sitting over here across from me, like one of the greatest guitar repair technicians who's ever breathed air. He will not tune a guitar correctly.
Only on stage.
Only on stage.
Yeah.
And only when playing bass, right?
Yeah, only when playing
Yeah.
bass.
You gotta tune those out of pitch or you're abnormal.
More hours. Did my dad come back yet? I don't know.
You like that?
Big boy.
Do you like that?
103.
103.
Getting hot.
Yep.
Toasty.
103 now.
Yeah, you went home. Did you have air conditioning there? Yeah. Well,
He said he's going home for an hour. It's too hot.
no, that's just typically acceptable. It's dangerous when you get above a certain body temperature.
Yeah.
I don't have a drink in that. I just chug some cold beer. I was on the way back and I stopped at my house and chugged some cold beer.
Yeah.
You say you stopped at my house. It's so nice.
It's dangerous.
You know, like what people ask me why do you do that without the nut being locked? Because if it stays in tune without the nut being locked,
Yeah.
what's going to happen when you lock the nut, right?
You advanced yourself.
It's going to stay in tune even better.
What was it saying?
What's that?
What was I saying?
I don't remember somebody your dad going home for night because he got overheated and it was too hot.
Oh yeah, it's dangerous to be out above 100.
The hottest times I've ever in 122 degrees.
Where was that?
Parks in Washington. Right up on top of the plateau up there where the old Indian villages used to be. And it's kind of like desert up there. It was 122 degrees.
If this is ridiculously hot, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I've been at 110, 115. That was just brutal.
Almost got poked in the eye with this guitar string.
I did one time, yes.
You did? You got it?
It was bad. It left a really weird looking spot. It looked like a continent on my eye.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That was like a millimeter from sticking me right square in the eye.
Be careful there. It really hurts, especially when there's a little bend in the end of the string.
This guitar has got it out for me because I'm making it fucking work.
Yep. Yeah, it will submit to your ways, right?
Let's see. Okay.
I got hooked in the eye with the string one time.
Yeah.
It looked like a little, but my eye looked like a globe, and my blood spot was like a continent.
Weird.
Yeah, it was weird looking.
I think you told me that before.
Yeah, it was bad. Scared the crap out of me.
Oh, sure.
Luckily, it got out, but still.
So that's interesting. When I locked the nut down, the C string tuned to C went up a full half step.
Oh, that's weird.
So I think what I got to do is lower the string tree.
Probably.
Try it again. So now I'm gonna have to retune the guitar. You know,
Heaven forbid you have to tune a guitar.
we got to retune. This is the thing of the fun part about setting up Floyd Roses that have never really been set up proper is that you end up tuning it and then having to take 20 minutes to tune it again, and then it takes 10 minutes again and again and again. And I'm going to try and get this thing done before my student shows up this afternoon so that I can actually play this guitar. There we go.
The way you keep throwing stuff, I'm surprised you
Huh.
doesn't have like little teddy bears and balloons on them. That's actually a shaker, isn't it? That's the little section they put in it.
So this treble E string, when I'm turning down on this, it's not wanting to raise the pitch or thread in far enough.
Lovely.
It's not hitting anything. Okay, so now we got a problem with that.
Lovely.
Okay.
No problem with inferior parts to start with.
Yeah, it won't. The rest of them turn down.
So now you gotta work the bugs out, figure out what's going on. Lovely.
Yeah, it's like this thing's cross-threaded or something.
Wonderful.
Holy smokes, you guys. Okay. Yeah, never forget who you're messing with here, because if it can go wrong. Okay, I know it's not pointed at the guitar because I don't want to show anybody what I'm doing right now. Because this would be very inappropriate for anyone to do to their own guitar, so just leave it up to the pros. Let them fuck your guitar up before you do it yourself. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm almost done fucking up this guitar. There we go. Did you break loose? Ooh, this is not good. I can't show this on the internet because if I did, I don't know. What could I? Would I be the laughing stock of guitar repair, of honest guitar repair techs? Wow.
One little thing after another, right, Mark?
Dude, it's amazing all the problems I keep running into on this guitar. This thing is cursed.
Well, all the parts are close, but not quite, you know? A lot of that.
Yeah. Alright guys, and I know you probably want to see this on the internet, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to show this to you. There are some secrets that I do keep. And if anybody saw me doing this, they would probably cut my fingers off.
Well, you don't want to tell them about the secret tool.
Right.
It rhymes with slammer, but it starts with an H.
Alright, so I don't even know if this fine tuner is actually working. It appears like it's pinned or something in here. I can see it moving. Okay, so it appears to be working. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, something bad has happened to this the treble E string fine tuner, but I've beaten it into submission. There, okay, so the fine tuner is actually working. Okay, that's good. So let's tune it up. Okay. Let's lock the locking nut. Now, okay, so I locked the locking nut down on this thing, and the last time I did it, the strings all jumped in pitch, and that's why Floyd Rose loaded, oftentimes Ibanez guitars have that string tree above the locking nut. And so I lowered that to create some fall away on the back side of the nut to make sure that the strings stay in tune when you lock the locking nut down. So we'll see if that did what it's supposed to do. And the C string, the low drop C string, still jumps sharp almost at a full half step. And I'll see if I can bring it into pitch with the fine tuner. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I know this seems terribly tedious, but okay. All right, let's plug it in. Let's see what she can do. We'll call it a C. Damn, I'm going bald. Can you see that shit? It happens to everybody. It's going sharp. It does not sound intonated, not even close. The strings are all in tune, but the moment I play a chord at an open D chord, or technically open C, this doesn't sound right. This thing is tragically out of intonation. So I'm not even going to bother playing the instrument anymore, but what I can tell you is that one of the big reasons I had to dig so far deep into this thing was the fretwork. And it's my biggest bitch about any affordable instrument that you can buy, is that the fretwork on them always sucks. That's one of the few times you can say always, and it's true. So if you're spending less than $1,000, or in today's world, less than $1,000 on a guitar, in general, the fretwork is going to be pretty questionable. You're going to end up with cheese grater frets, frets that are not truly level, frets that are not crowned, frets that are not polished. They have scratches in them from the sanding at the factory, all of that stuff. And you know, typically what my statement is that if you buy a $5,000 guitar, $4,500 of it is the finish, and then the $500 is for the actual rest of the building of the instrument. So that is definitely a kind of a joke, but at the same time, it's not totally untrue. So I need to intonate this guitar. And check the time, yeah, and I've got a student showing up here in just a few minutes, so unfortunately I won't be able to finish this. I was hoping to get it done, but I ran into other problems, and I hope that maybe I've helped some of you solve some problems on your own. We did a shim in the neck because it needed one, couldn't lower the string action anymore. I have yet to adjust the pickup heights and do the intonation on this thing. And so, and I fixed a fine tuner on this instrument. So this thing had a lot of trouble. Not a huge fan of these guitars, but you know, you can buy one, import it from Japan into your whatever, the United States for around $300 with the cool lights and everything. You know, I mean that's pretty fancy. You turn off all the lights at a gig, and now you're producing a show. And I think people enjoy that, especially young people these days who need so much going on to capture their attention. It's not like they can read a book anymore. Does that make sense? Yeah. I've heard machine a bunch of times. Virginia, that's cool. I need to do that. I had a friend very recently give me a fresh baked loaf of bread, and it didn't last 2 days. And I don't usually eat that much bread, but it was so awesome. So congratulations on that, and keep up the good work on that. That is wonderful. I used to do that when I was married and really had a good time with it. So I'm going to get going, you guys. Thanks for joining me again. I was going to try and finish this thing, but I can see that the amount of work that's left to do on this is pretty massive. I will try and do a video of the final setup when I get there. I'll have a few more minutes today to do a little more work on this in between my guitar students. So I have Bill coming in today. He's a sweetheart. And he and I are both diabetics also, so we have a lot to talk about. It's really fun. Yeah. Epi, thank you, brother. Thanks for being here today. I don't see you very often out and about, but I don't think we hang in the same places very often. So, yeah. Excellent. Egg roll wraps. Oh my goodness. There you go. I want to make not enchiladas. Yes. What are you, a gourmet cook? My knees hurt. All right, you guys. Thank you for hanging. Pooh, it was great to see you. Thanks for joining in and contributing, man. I appreciate it. It's fun. Peace, Preston. Dude, hang in there. And thanks for your support, brother. And you know what I'm talking about. I love you very much. All right. Peace, y'all.